Joining us now is 6-time best-selling author and world-renowned motivational speaker, Lisa Nichols.
Her life story is a mind-boggling tale of profound human transformation. She was formerly broke and surviving only with the help of public aid, but this single mother learned her way to success and went from being on public assistance to running a multi-million-dollar public company.
I'm an average, ordinary woman who chose every day to make one more extraordinary decision. I realize that I am my rescue. No one else is my rescue. I am my rescue.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Dawn. Of course, my girl's here, Q1. Thank you for joining us. We're here for a Sunday. I don't know the last time I did something on a Sunday publicly and was not. So today is my prep day for my week. So we have a whole cleaning crew going on in the house. Cleaning crew being my nieces and my daughter and me and my husband. And we are planning our meals for the week and meal prepping. And I thought, of course, as I promised, I want to stop by and spend some time with you. This is about being radical. It's about being unapologetic. It's about being bolder than ever. It's about playing big. It's about recognize that 2025 for none of us can look like 2024 or 2023 or 2022. And nothing will ever look like 2019 again. So what does that look like? Hey, everyone. I see you saying hi. Renee, hi. M.A., or is that Ma? Hi, Sarah. Hey, Margaret. Hola, ¿cómo está, mi amiga? Mi hermana, that's my sister. Ranke on demand from Dublin. Oh, that was one of my favorite places. Margaret, wasn't that you and I together in Dublin? Like, we had a great time over in Dublin. Hello, everyone. Invite your families to join in. I love this conversation. And it was a time when this conversation was uncomfortable for me. We chose to play that sizzle reel that you just saw. If you're joining us in the replay, then you'll see the video that we chose to play, because there was a time, that was the time in my life where my visibility was multiplying 10x, 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 10x. Hello there. And I needed to give myself permission to be seen. Tell me, Marvell, tell me, as I think it's Harpreet, Queen, tell me if there's ever a time when you know you should be showing up and being seen and being visible more so than you are currently. I'm loving you being with me as well, sis. Is there a time or is it now where you're like, look, I know I need to be here and I need to show up and I need to, stick my toe in, my foot in, my arm in, my body in, and I need to be fully visible for myself and for those who need to get what I have to offer. You may not do it like me. You may not want to be a speaker, right? John says right now, right? Is this your right now or has it been past due? I think one of the hardest things for me to realize was when I started speaking, when I started inspiring teens, because when I started out, I only did teens. For the first 10 years, I only worked with teenagers. After I got into it and I saw the results and I saw what was happening, I realized, Renee, that I should have been doing it 2, 3, 4 years prior. Now, this is not for us to should on ourselves or could on ourselves, or I wish I would have on myself. I don't want you to do that. I just want you to be aware of what time it is in your life, not in anyone else's life. I'm not asking you to focus on what anyone else is telling you. I'm asking you to focus on what your calling is pulling you toward. I have been visible for over 25 years in this industry. My husband has been visible how long? 29. He's thinking 29 years. And both of us are in a season where we're needing to turn up our visibility and be visible in a different way. You want to know lifestyle now from me. You want to know, what does it take for me to get to the stage? You want to know, what do I make in my kitchen? What am I cooking? How am I staying strong? How am I running? And it may not be you directly, but that's what the world is asking me for. Show us your lifestyle. How do you balance parenting with wifing, with CEOing, with public figure? How did you get your first book done? How do you deal with being a daughter, taking care of her father and giving her mom, access to ideally new opportunities? How does that happen? Right? And so I see that I'm looking at chat. I see that you are looking at how are things? How are you doing it? How do you turn up your visibility? Alexandria is sending love from the Bahamas. Okay, I'm a Calibamian, so part California, part Bahamas. Thank you so much. Debbie said, how was the birthday party? It was great. Our birthday parties are part friends, mostly family. So there were probably about, how many of us yesterday? There was over 40 of us. 40 of us, and I think my god grandbaby may have had 6 friends there, and there were 40 of us. So it was great. Thank you for asking. And so today I want to just tap into, keep telling me where you're saying hello from. I love it. From Jamaica, from Ohio, from the Bahamas, from Australia. I love it. I love it. I love it. From South Africa, from Niagara Falls, New York. I love it. From Kansas City, Missouri in the house. From Kenya. I love it. From Northern Virginia. It's cold over there. Hello, 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 and hello. From Canada. Thank you. From NYC. I was just in NYC on Broadway. It'll be an epic moment of my life, forever embedded in my story as one of the highlights of my life. From California. I love it. From Missouri. You guys, we have been blessed today. That's outside, believe it or not. We have been blessed last night and today with rain. Somebody say God is answering. We have needed rain in California more than ever, as y'all know. Yes. From San Diego, as me, we're praying for everyone over in Southern California. Praying from you, Clara. Is your home okay? In San Diego, Margaret, you're home okay? I know you are right, because I would have got a call, and we've been praying for you. Kenya, Ontario, yes, a lot of Californians in the house. God is answering, Lavonda. God always answers. Cape Town, Jenny, spent a lot of delicious time in Cape Town. You're in South Central. It's a rainy day. Yes, we are blessed with rain today in California. Yes. So let's talk about visibility. Visibility is, it's a dance, because visibility requires you to have the courage to show up. And so can we talk about, I can cover 2 things. I could cover how do you increase your visibility, but how you increase your visibility only comes after, when you've given yourself the power and the permission to be more visible, not only in the public world, but in your private world. Not only in your private world, in your relationships, in your family. So may I give you about 5 or 6 things to really step into your no matter what about being visible. Because I believe that's where we are, that in order to be at the next level of visibility, we need to step into our no matter what, you and me included. And so take this note down. You remember, this is not just for this morning and not just for this moment. This is for later to really prove. We've been here together for 5 days. I got it together. Maya helped me. And today is day 6. Now, I got to tell you, you may hear my family laughing, talking, doing things in the house. I decided that if I was going to do what's my life's calling and what could be called a little bit of work, then I'm going to do it in my dining room. I'm not going to go down to my office. Today is not officially a work day for me. I don't feel like I'm really working. So you may hear my girls laughing because there's 4 girls together. So what do 4 teenage girls do? They giggle, they laugh. You might hear my husband DJ. I'm gonna put you on camera right now. You might hear my husband DJ. That's his DJ booth. Wave to the camera. That's his DJ booth. You might hear somebody in the kitchen because there's a kitchen. And if they want something to eat, they need to do it themselves right now. So we're just inside of Dawn says, hello, coach. Say nice and loud so she can hear.
Hi, Dawn.
You going to come over and hang out with me or are you doing something else?
Hi, Dawn.
And everyone else.
And everybody, and everybody else.
And everyone else. So I'm just in my family life. If you were in my home, you would be in my home with all of my lifing. So I'm not going to portray this like it's a stage or a performance or a program. We're just going to be together. And this conversation is so required. And as I mentioned something, Lana, Carolyn, Dawn, as I mentioned something that you needed to hear, I'd love for you, Jan. I'd love for you, Harpreet. I'd love for you, LinkedIn user, Jenny. I'd love for you to type your name in and say, I need this. Or type your name in and say, Yana, you are not alone, YANA. I want to know who this is for. And I believe that as it's Sunday and as we get to sit in our spiritual awareness 7 days a week, I believe that Sunday always for me, it allows me to stop and just ask God. And whatever your faith is, what's the calling on my life right now? What should I be doing right now? My husband blessed us this morning with playing our surround sound in our bedroom through all of our speakers, just playing some great gospel for us so that we can have our own relationship and our own connection. And so when we talk about what will help you to get the increased courage or get the courage to increase your visibility, what does it look like to powerfully step toward growth? Whether it's in your career or whether it's in your creative pursuits or whether it's in your personal life, how do you really step powerfully into your own growth? What do you do? How do you do that? How do you download the courage to increase your visibility and increase your impact? Number one, Mitzi. Number 1, Yvonne. Number 1, Margaret. Shift the focus to others, not yourself. So you're going to sit down with me? You keep walking near me, I think you're going to join me. So I'm just saying I can stay by my husband's side all day. But anyway, one of the things that can hold us back from visibility is the fear of judgment. Now, if you can relate to anything I'm saying, just start typing your name in. That's me, whatever, let me know. Yeah. And so Michelle says, I need this. So when you really kind of get stuck in the fear of judgment or self-consciousness, that's when it begins to stop you from growing. But if you shift your mindset and you think about how your sharing works, how sharing your idea, sharing your presence can help someone else, then all of a sudden you begin to feel less intimidating. Yes, Stephanie says, I'm forgiving the past. Yeah. And so you want to recognize, and I've said this before, that it's not about you. Your sharing is about offering something valuable and inspiring others. I'll say this again because someone came for this. When you realize that it's not about you, that it's about offering something valuable and inspiring others, all of a sudden it becomes less intimidating. The process becomes less intimidating. Now, we're going to bring this to life. I got a few more for you, but we're going to bring this to life more. And when on January 30th, mark your calendars, say, I must be with Lisa. On January 30th, we're going to have our Play Bold meetup, which means everyone that's been coming together right here, we're going to meet up online on Zoom. Please be ready. I want to see your face. On January 30th, which is right around the corner, we're going to have our Play Bold meetup together. And in that meetup, we're going to celebrate, recap some of our biggest takeaways from the last 10 days, right? We're going to look at our boldness barometer. We're going to really talk about what does it feel like to celebrate ourselves for taking baby action steps, celebrate your wins. And then most importantly, on the 30th, we're going to map out our next bold steps. So please plan to join me. It's a free meetup. It's us being radical in 2025. I am going to invite you to jump into our Fearless Action Accelerator. I literally am creating it right now. I got to spend time today curating the last two modules, and I'm designing this specifically for such a time as this. It is my freshest program. It's super, super doable, super, super attainable. Like I'm literally making it irresistible, both in the what it's going to help you do and the what it costs you to do it. I promise you're going to be blown away. I'm not going to go through it now because I want to really give you visibility value. But I do want you to plan to join me on January 30th for our Play Bold meetup, where we're gonna celebrate and recap takeaways from all 10 days. We're gonna look at our bold action steps that we get to still do. And we're gonna celebrate your wins, and we're gonna look at what's the next step. All right? So plan. Type in chat, I'll be there. My earring came off. It's a Sunday. So I'm not gonna try to put it back on. I'm gonna take my other one off because it's a Sunday. Amen. Y'all supposed to just be with me in my house on my couch. I may or may not have earrings on if you are on my couch with me. So let's talk about what it looks like. I want to make sure you guys know. Tell me I'm joining you on the 30th. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Right? So the first thing is to shift the focus. Thank you so much, RJ. Shift the focus from yourself to others. That will help you play bigger and bolder. The second thing is to start small. Start small. Thank you, Stephanie. I want to make it feel safe. I want to make it feel doable. And I want to make it feel bite-sized. I want to make it feel like we can get there. So the second thing is to start small. I've always had a tendency, and tell me if this is you, I see the big picture, and I see the big picture as all of it, but I forget what's the baby step to get me there. What's the baby step? So I've trained myself to think big and start small. I want you to say that. Dream big, but start small. Don't dream big and try to start big. You get overwhelmed. So if jumping straight into the spotlight feels overwhelming, start with smaller steps. Now, this is for you if you know you need to turn up your visibility. Share something low risk, like post on social media or a comment in a meeting. Slowly increase your visibility as you get more comfortable. The key is gradual exposure. Take it at your own pace, but don't stall. I'll say that again. Take it at your own pace, but don't stall. Okay? The third, so number one, is shift the focus to others, not yourself. Number two is start small. Number three is reframe failure. Write that down. And I love the process of reframing. Reframe failure. The fear of failure can often hold so many people back. It is the number one thing that holds you back. But if you reframe failure, even your past failures, you reframe failure as just another learning opportunity. I got to tell you this, some of my best say best, some of my best programs, some of my best practices today were born out of a previous failure. Failure feeds you forward. Write that down. Failure feeds me forward. If it doesn't feed you forward, then it's really a failure. But if it feeds you forward, then it was some lessons. It was learning. All right. And so just really realize everyone has failed at something. In fact, the most visible people often have the most failures. I can tell you, I'm pretty visible, and I can tell you, I've had probably more failures than if I put 5 of y'all together, combined. And my failures now cost me 6 and 7 figures. My failures, I'm navigating through some right now. I'm gonna be honest. But let me tell you how I navigate through failure and why I still go hard after failure. And I want you to hear me. And I want you to get this for you. I trust me. I trust me. But I don't just trust me. I trust me in failure. I posted that on my Instagram weeks ago, right before the Broadway show, because I needed to focus on the fact that I trust Lisa in failure so that I can play big. And at that time, I needed to muster up the nerves to do Broadway. I was really scared. I was sitting right down there in my living room. Go back on my Instagram feed and make sure you're following me so you get this kind of stuff real time. And I was really working to muster up the nerves. I was scared. And I started crying. And I started sharing with my coach. I had a coach, a Broadway coach. I trust me in failure. And I had to keep saying that so that I gave myself permission to go to Broadway just in case it failed. I wasn't planning for it to fail. I didn't want it to fail, but I had to tell myself, I trust myself even when it fails. That's a big deal, y'all. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking? Pastor TJ. Pastor TJ. Hey, honey. That must be who I'm talking to, right? So trust yourself in failure. That's number 3. Number 4, stay connected to a supportive, Alexis, I love you saying it. I trust me in failure. I trust your sales, right? Trust your sales, right? Trust your sales. Trust your faith. Trust your bounce back muscle. I trust my bounce back muscle. I trust my get up muscle. Now, when you trust that muscle, you should run and you should fly more. You should leap more. You should jump in more. You should be more active. Yes, that's you. That's me too. Now, number 4, connect to a supportive community. You've heard me say, if you've been here days before, I want you to really recognize one of the things I talked about was hooking your caboose to someone else's train. I want you to hook your caboose to someone else's train. I'm going to selfishly say mine, because I know how I'll treat you. If you find that there's other people whose train you want to hook your caboose to, do that. But become a consummate student of someone who you trust. But also cement yourself into a supportive community. Now, I love the community we create, because in our community, we find ways to celebrate each other. Even when we're debriefing an event, we say, what are the 2 things we did well and what's one opportunity for improvement? Not what did we do wrong, but what's the opportunity for improvement? And we create safe accountability communities. Safe accountability communities. She said, I'm hooked. Come on, girl. And so being visible feels less daunting when you're supported by people who encourage you. And that's number 4, connect to a supportive community. Number 5, visualize success. I got to tell you, visualization is such a powerful tool. Imagine how it would feel to be successful in all of your efforts, financially successful, spiritually successful, physically successful, financially successful. Health and wellness is success. Family relationships. What does it feel like for your family dynamics and relationships to feel successful? What does it feel like for your romantic relationships to feel successful? What does it feel like for your working relationships to feel successful? And what does it feel like for your friendship relationships? Lavonda, I'm hooked to you too, baby, to feel successful. What does it feel like? Visualize your success in details. Write that down. In details. Don't do generality, do details, right? Visualize your success to the point that you can taste it in your mouth. I say visualize success, Alexis, Pastor TJ, RJ, until it tastes delicious. Ooh. Now, number 6, develop a growth mindset. Develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset allows you to see challenges as opportunities. See your challenges as opportunities to prove to yourself who you're becoming and who you've become. Instead of feeling paralyzed by fear, view it as a chance to learn and grow and blow your own mind. I'm ready to learn, grow, and blow my own mind. If that's you, type it in chat. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to learn, grow, and blow my own mind with who I'm becoming. Even if you stumble, or dare I say, even when you stumble, play big enough and you're going to stumble. Why? Because the bigger you play, Cherry, Rosanda, Stephanie, Paulina, the bigger you play, the bigger your breakdowns. And if you're not having breakdowns, then you probably ain't playing big enough. What? Who needed to hear that? Who needed to hear that? If you're not having breakdowns, you're probably not playing big enough. Ooh, my breakdowns these days. Valeria. My breakdown these days, Luna. Jeez Louise. And number 7, practice self-compassion. Type your name in chat if you know you really, it's your time to really increase and practice self-compassion a bit more. If you make mistakes or feel vulnerable, be kind to yourself. No one's perfect and no one's pursuing perfection. Remember yesterday? We are pursuing progress over perfection. We are not pursuing perfection. We are pursuing progress. Hello, who came for that? Who needed to hear that, Jacqueline? Who needed to hear that? If you're doing your best, then you're progressing. Recognizing and acknowledging your feelings without judgment. Recognize and acknowledge your feelings without judgment. All of that, guess what? Reduces anxiety, reduces stress, reduces your blood pressure. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Just some nuggets, Destiny. Just some nuggets. Just some nuggets. So repeat after me. Take a deep breath. I honor myself. Say that. Take another deep breath. I celebrate myself. Repeat after me. Take another deep breath. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. Take another deep breath. I trust myself. Repeat after me. I honor this body. Say it. I honor this body. Touch your head. I honor this brilliant brain. I honor this brilliant brain. Hands on your chest. I honor my spirit, the spirit that dwells in me. I honor the spirit that dwells in me. Take a deep breath. Self-compassion, self-love. Find a mirror. Find a mirror and look at it. Pull up your phone right now and look at it and put on the video of the camera, turn it to you and say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I celebrate you. I honor you. Thank you for getting me to this point. Thank you for getting me to this point. Thank you for getting me to my next level. Self-compassion. Sometimes we can love on other people more than we love on ourselves. Today, the divine, I call him God, you call him whatever you choose. Today, the divine God is asking, can you love you the way I love you? Can you celebrate you the way I celebrate you? Can you have grace and compassion for you the way I have grace and compassion for you? Can you see you the way I see you? You're beautiful. You're brilliant. You're ready. You're whole. You're complete. So today, continue to be good to yourself. Begin to be better to yourself. Serve you. Yes, yes, and yes. Ashe and ashe. Amen and amen. A woman and a man. A us, a you, a we, a me, a us. Amen. Be still. Hold it. Today, hold you. Today, hold you. Hold you today. Everybody else can be held tomorrow. Yes, Don. Yes, Jenny. Today, hold you. Be willing to be visible by seeing yourself first. See you for all of you. See you for all that you've achieved. See you not for what you still have to do. Your to-do list is long. Margaret know what I'm about to say, but your to-done list, baby, it's a whole lot longer. Today, celebrate your to-done list. That's T-A capital D-O-N-E, my to-done list. Today, celebrate that and celebrate you and all of your grandeur. I love you. I appreciate you. Your bold action step today. Your bold action step is to celebrate yourself out loud. So I want you to type on my social media, on your social media, post on my thread, share with me, I celebrate myself for. And what are you celebrating yourself for? What's been on your to-done list? What have you done that's pretty inspiring? I don't need just your big things. I mean, you can do like me. Last week I was in 9, 18, 27. Last week I did over 36 meetings between Monday and Friday. I was a part of over 36 meetings. I'd like to celebrate myself for showing up to over 36 meetings last week with grace and compassion and kindness and awareness. And I was prepared. I want to do that. What do you celebrate yourself for? Can you post it on my social media thread? You can do it anywhere. You can do it in LinkedIn. You can do it on Instagram. What do you celebrate yourself for? Tomorrow, we will be back here again. Same bat channel, slightly different bat time. I'll probably do more midday. That's what I've been doing during the week. But just have your heads up. And if you don't get to attend live, listen to the entire replay. I believe that something in each message on each day is designed for you. And remember to mark your calendar. Mark your calendar for January 30th. That's going to be our Play Bold meetup on Zoom. I'd love to see your face. I'd love to see you. If you're here with me, I'd love to be with you. I appreciate you. I honor you. I'm going to go on Sundays. These days, I cook 3 to 4 meats, and I break each of the meats down into containers, and I cook my starch, at least 2 or 3 starches, whether it's white rice or some potatoes, and I break them down. And then during the week, after about 7 to 9 meetings a day, I only have to cook the vegetable. And that's how I prepare for a week like the week that's forthcoming. I appreciate you. I honor you. At the end of this week, On Tuesday, I am shooting 15 to 23 videos. So I do my videos in batches. Who wants to know this? Why am I saying this? Does anyone want to know this? I'm in this season where I want to share with you kind of what I do just to help. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that too. Yeah. I have to do prep because I like fresh cooked food over purchased food. It's my body knows what's going in because I seasoned it. And then it's more financially smart. It's fiscally smart. I spend the most amount of money in my life on food because I'm a feedie. Margaret can tell you. I loved for people to be fed. I'll have a lot of people in my house this week. This week, my home it'll be like Grand Central Station. This is my home. It'll be like Grand Central Station with over 30 people, 40 people in my house this week. So I need to prepare for that. And so I will go into my kitchen back there and I will cook today. And because I like when my team comes in, my videographer is coming, my stylist is coming, Danita is coming, my assistant will be here. I like to feed them. I like to make sure they're fed. So I'll cook. And then on Friday and Saturday, I do executive coaching. I do executive coaching for about 13 people a year, entrepreneurs, and they will all be in that living room and fill the living room. And they're people who are playing big in their lives, and they want to play bigger. And I coach them for a year to massively grow their business. So we'll tell you more about that later if you're interested. It's a sacred place. And so I'm going to go get ready now. When I cook, I use the Instapot, I use the crock pot, I use the oven, and I use the stovetop. So I have a meat going in every place. Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll share more with you about how I create content, how I bulk produce content, and how I manage it while I still want to do family and got a lot to do. So I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.